start by talking about the greeting, okay, and then we'll talk about the closing phrase. Okay, now in terms of greeting, in a formal letter, now remember that you are writing to someone in authority, so to speak, or someone in an external organization, all right, or someone who's more senior than you. Be very, very polite and respectful. So, dear sir, or dear sir, stroke madam, especially if you do not know the gender of the person you're addressing. So this is a more generic, general sort of address, dear sir, stroke madam. Now, obviously, if you know the name of the person, all right, say so directly, like, dear Mr. Tan, dear Miss Leong, or whatever. State the surname of a person, of the person that you're addressing, okay? Whereas in a informal piece of letter, well, sure, we can use dear. That's more, it's a general thing, right? Dear, but here we insert the name of the person, and usually it's first name. So say you're writing to your cousin, dear Susan, dear Peter, or whatever. Okay, so it's more, in a way, familiar, okay, because it's on a first name basis. Now, of course, you can take a more casual, friendly tone. You can do a hi Susan, hello Peter, or something. Now, that's acceptable in a informal letter. But for formal letters, you've noticed it has to be only like dear. You can't like say hi to your principal, like hi Mr. Tan, you know. You can't, all right? So use the more conventional context of dear sir, or dear madam, okay, or dear sir stroke madam, in the case of a more general thing, or dear with the surname, dear Mr. So-and-so, okay? Now, in terms of the closing, how do you close, how do you end the piece of letter? Now, in a formal piece of writing, you can use yours faithfully. Now, yours faithfully only if you do not know the addressee by name, if you have not used the addressee's name. Meaning, if you have used dear sir or dear sir stroke madam, you would use yours faithfully. Yours sincerely is more specific, meaning you know the person by name. You have addressed, oh dear Mr. Tan, I'm writing to you, and so on and so forth. And at your closing, you can put yours sincerely, okay? And then you sign your name and you give your name in full, because this is formal letter. All right, so that's the difference between yours faithfully and yours sincerely. Remember, sincerely is very specific if you have addressed the person by name. All right. Now, you can of course end off with like warmest regards, or warm regards, or best regards. These are also acceptable in a formal letter in terms of closing. All right. Now, in terms of informal letter, because the tone is more friendly and casual, you can end off with like love, best wishes, or maybe to some extent, okay, it depends on the level of formality, even like cheers, okay, maybe to a friend of the same level, your peer. You may want to end off with cheers, but I think that's fine for informal, all right? But no, definitely for formal letter writing, all right? Okay, now let's take a look at the next segment. Oh, I forgot to mention, all right, before we look at the next segment. Now, remember to use formal vocabulary and do not use abbreviations. Meaning, let's say, oh, I want to write to dear Mr. Tan. I write out his surname in full. Please do not use things like, oh, dear Mr. T, or something, you know, short form. Okay, so you cannot use abbreviations in any form, all right? Okay, now, like I said, the little segment here for you to, again, look at each statement and to distinguish, okay, whereabouts would you find it? Is it in a formal letter or is it in an informal letter? Let's run through each of these statements. Looking forward to seeing you. Now, look at this statement. Do you think the tone sounds like it's in a formal letter setting or more informal? Now, this reads like a more informal sort of writing. Hey, looking forward to seeing you. All right, maybe you are inviting your friend for some event or something, occasion. Okay, the next one. I wish to inform you of the change in the proposed venue. I wish to inform you. You can see this structure here. I wish to inform you of something. I'm happy to inform you about, I'm pleased to tell you about something. Now, such a structure is more formal, all right, in terms of the language and tone. Can you tell me what's going on? All right, now this seems to be as though you are speaking to a friend, a loved one, all right, so more informal, all right. A formal sounding one would sound something like, I wish to know what is going on. I wish to know. Or I would appreciate it if you could tell me what's going on, okay, rather than can you tell me what's going on. the next statement, we are so happy you are able to come. All right, again, an extension of invitation. All right, so saying that, okay, we are so happy you're able to come meet us or whatever. Okay, that is informal. We are so happy. All right, so you can see it sounds a lot more casual. And the last one here, we are extremely grateful to you for your assistance. All right, so we are extremely grateful. Again, a rather formal sort of structure, to you for your assistance. All right, so formal here. All right, okay, now let's continue. I'm writing in response to your advertisement on 8th January. I'm writing in response, so to your advertisement. So obviously you're responding to something. That's formal. Okay, I look forward to receiving the information requested. So you're writing in to seek some sort of help, some sort of information, and you close off before you close off your letter, you want to reiterate your purpose. You say, I look forward to receiving this, and this is formal. All right. Some of us are meeting up this weekend, and we wondered if you would like to join us. All right. So again, extension of extending an invitation for the weekend party gathering, and this is informal. All right. And I'm really sorry I totally messed up your house. Okay, letter of apology. The use of words like messed up suggests it's more casual. All right, so this is more informal sort of letter. And finally, on behalf of my school, I would like to apologize for the inconvenience caused. All right, and you're writing on behalf of the school. It's a letter of apology, obviously formal. Okay, so I hope you got those few statements correct in terms of your distinguishing between the formal and the informal tone and purpose. Oh, I forgot, there's one more little page here. Okay, now let's continue. Now, once again, we wish to express our gratitude. Now, once again, we wish to. So it seems that, the use of we, it's very representative. You're representing a certain organization. This will be formal. And we're really looking forward to seeing you. All right, you can see the tone here, the sort of excitement is as though you are meeting up with a friend. We're really looking forward to seeing you. Okay, so this will be more informal. The school would be honored if you could attend our opening ceremony. All right, the school would be honored. You're writing on behalf of the school, formal. It will be no problem to have you stay at our house. Okay, it will be no problem. Again, rather casual tone will be informal. And finally, I will be grateful for any advice you would be able to give. So this sounds like, okay, you're writing into someone to seek some sort of help, some sort of advice. This sounds a lot more formal than informal.